Hey everybody, we're back in the Crumple Zone playing Death Stranding. Let's double check our terminal. I don't think there's anything special to see. We've got some mail. We have Jake Wind out at the wind farm. Tell Amelie we're true believers. Victor Frank, like Victor Frankenstein? And William Lake. Don't keep the others waiting. Alright, let's do this. So, last we left our intrepid adventurer here with his crippling fear of physical contact. Sam Porter-Bridges was dealing with the fact that he has to team up with Fragile and has crossed the, what did they call it? Just the Lake Knot City area, I think. Port Lake City. Alright, where does that leave us? What happened?
Sam, access the Lake Knot City delivery terminal.
Until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter-Bridges.
Sam, to review. Your present objective is to extend the chiral network from Lake Knot City to South Knot City.
How far south are we talking?
You'll need to utilize prepper shelters as way stations. Frankly, it won't be easy. Fragile's tried to get some of them on board, but you know how preppers are. More than a few won't want anything to do with the UCA.
Okay.
So we've got to prove to them they're better off with us. Figure out what they need and what we can provide, and then deliver. Do that, and they just might agree to join us. All right, get to it. The list of orders is on the terminal.
Alright. So convince some jerks to join us. I can do that. Alright, we have 3 primary orders. Oh, they're not even that far away. Okay. Sounds like it's going to be a busy day today. Oh.
This is a somewhat unusual order. You're going to want to review the key points in the summary.
Unusual how? Prescription medicine, BT weapon delivery, unit delivery engineer. I don't get it. Fragile cargo. This cargo has super low durability and can be destroyed very easily. The Evo Devo unit needs delivery to the engineer in shelter 23-06. Ask him to join the chiral network. The Evo Devo unit works in conjunction with the chiral network and the chiral printer and allows entire objects to be recreated from mere fragments of the original. Be aware that this is still in a prototype stage, however. Alright. What is this? The Elder in shelter 23-18 needs his prescription. Take it to him. Chiral network getting old because this shelter's pretty hard for porters to reach. His supplies are running low. And gun parts. Take the gun parts, the anti-BT weapons to the craftsman in shelter 23-21 and ask him to join the chiral network. The craftsman is interested in self-defense and is especially in converting lethal weapons into non-lethal weapons. I do know that we get guns eventually in this and that they are specifically non-lethal. So I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that these things are related. What?
An empty container tagged with a fake ID, aka decoy cargo. Could be useful for fooling folks who can't get enough of other people's deliveries.
So mules. Alright. That's fine, I guess. All things considered. I'll take one with me. What is this? Evo Devo unit. Prescription medication. Smoke emitting decoy. Hey, there we go. Why do I have resins with me? And ceramics. I don't need to deliver these, do I? Ah. There we go. That's better. Let's do it. I'm just going to go back in after this for like 1 second because I need a couple of ladders just in case.
Order assigned.
Oops, that's jumping. Okay, so I've got the 3 primaries. Let me go to my private locker. Oh, hell, I gotta make stuff. Okay, fine, I'll do that then. Fabricate some gear. Gonna need a ladder. Or 2. 3 climbing anchors. A PCC. I don't think I'm gonna need a blood bag. I say that now, but just you wait. Hey, I'm all set. There we go. Alright, and then I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna move the PCC on the suit. There we go. Climbing ladder I can add over there. Climbing ladder I can add over there. There we go. Can I attach that to the tool rack? There we go. Hang on, tool rack. Ha ha! Hey, I'm getting the hang of this. Alright, let's do this. Oh, he feels real sluggish.
Begin the scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Yeah. All the likes and thumbs up. I talked about wanderlust in the last episode.
You're passing through mule territory. Move fast and quiet. As if they see you. If they catch you. To think that they're parents reporters like you who risk life and limb to try and keep our country together. And now their broken children carrying the work without any understanding of what it once meant. It's a ritual to them. The delivery. An insatiable addiction. They'll be coming for you to get their next fix.
So that's a little bit of a weird thing. I understand the mule's idea of, like, we need to have all the stuff and collect everything and basically hoard everything. But they describe it in such a, like, fanatical, psychotic way that, like, it sounds more like a mass hysteria rather than, like just people who are obsessed with, you know, self-preservation over community. It just comes across like, I feel like it's being described, like, inaccurately, I guess.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
I don't know, something about it just hits my ear wrong, and, like, when I think about it, I'm like, that sounds incorrect. I'm gonna check this. Hologram of a cairn will appear wherever you or other players are resting. Rest near a cairn to increase the speed at which Sam recovers. That's a neat little thing. Hit that watchtower. What do we got? Okay. 2 and 3 destinations. Uh-oh. I saw an upside-down rainbow. What's the overall distance there? 585. 1306. And 1330. All right. Okay. Well, that's... All right, here we go. Start plotting a course. Okay, let's do this. I'm probably going to have to rework those. That looks like it's... Yeah, that's spread out kind of funny. Ah, well, what are you going to do? But yeah, the last episode, I briefly touched on wanderlust. It's something that, like, I know, at least for me, it hits kind of, like, not, oh no, kind of randomly. Like, I had it earlier today. I was out having breakfast, and it just, like, while I was sitting, just eating my, What did I have? I had a skillet with ham and hash browns and so on. And it just, as I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, I want to go on a road, like, not even a road, well, yes, a road trip, but like, specifically, oh boy. Uh-oh. I'm being pinged. Oh boy. That's not good. But when I get Wanderlust, it's less of the idea of like, oh Jesus, there's like 2 or 3 of them coming from over there. It comes in like at really random times and it's like, oh, I want to go get a job at a completely random place and start up a new life or whatever. And maybe it's because I'm just at that stage in my life where I want to do different things and experience, you know, new things and go different places. And, you know, I'm sure everybody hits that at some point or another. I'm not old enough to call that a midlife crisis, but, oh God. Oh no. Whoa! No. Oh my God, there's so many of them. Oh my God. Okay, that's one. First time fighting. Not as good at fighting as me. Get out of here. I said... Yeah. Oh, there's more. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Jesus, how many of these guys are there? Combat over? Oh, it's just the same guys are getting up over and over again. Oh boy. Stay away. I've got a net gain of loot from you. Don't make me go back. I'll finish you off. I think they got the message. I think they're gonna leave me alone. That's cool fight music though. I like that. That's real cool, man. What is that, energy, I think? Yeah. Okay, so fights aren't nearly as bad as I was anticipating. I thought they were gonna be way more aggressive. Oh, really, dude? You really doing this right now? Don't. This is only gonna get worse for you, man. Now I'm stealing your stuff. See how you like it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe it's not something that everyone experiences when it comes to wanting to try new things and go new places. I know a lot of folks can be very stuck in their ways. I know I'm very much like that most of the time. But like I said, it's just kind of like every once in a while I just get struck and I go, I should go somewhere and see new places, try new stuff. And I don't know, this game kind of gives me that, like, some level of, like, rough... Oh, no. Oh. Some rough, like, idea of that experience. Because I've been on road trips and stuff in the past, and I do enjoy them very much. Ladder. Oh my God. Oh. I could have just gone around, but hey, that's why I brought ladders. But I know it's from what I hear, it's mostly an American thing to go on road trips and stuff. Apparently it's not as popular in like Europe and stuff like that. I imagine some of it's a culture thing and some of it is a direct result of we don't have as much in terms of like a railway infrastructure like we do, but it's for like commercial use or for commercial transport rather than like individuals like traveling and stuff like that. We're more focused around flight and just driving places and stuff like that. Activate that terminal. In the UK, I know trains are much more commonplace and much more popular as a direct result. So that maybe that's got something to do with it. But even then, you could travel via train. And I've traveled long distance on a train twice in the past. And it's also a very cool experience.
Sam Bridges, I presume?
Hey, that's the
I'm
guy.
proud of you. The man trekking across the country trying to reconnect folks.
Porter's got a
I
port.
appreciate you bringing me this. I do. Times have been tough without Fragile Express to handle deliveries. Let me just check the cargo. Huh. Wow. You took really good care of this.
I had to fight 3 guys off
Bridges,
repeatedly.
how the V&V testing goes. Thanks again.
Awesome. Well, that's going well.
I need you to understand something.
Okay.
It's about Fragile.
Right.
You might have heard she helped terrorists. That she didn't care who got hurt.
Uh-huh.
But I'm telling you, that's gotta be bullshit. Her and her people put their lives on the line to get us what we needed. She's a hero through and through.
Okay.
Look, I was born in the shelter. The only world I've ever known is within these walls. So when people talk about America, I can't even begin to imagine it. But if that Cupid connects me to everyone else, I won't have to. So yeah, I want to join the UCA. I want to see what I've been missing.
Time to levitate and cry. One step at a time. Engineer joined the UCA. Engineers provided data for the following. Power skeleton level 1. Smoke grenades. I assume I know what a power skeleton is. Like, just offhand, I'm gonna make it the assumption it makes carrying stuff easier. Mechanically, it seems like the best idea.
My standalone 3D printer is capable of chiral printing.
Your hologram is also better.
Assuming it works, the Evo Devo unit should enable me to replicate all kinds of archived objects. We can rebuild America one piece at a time. In the meantime, I can use the network to see what's going on in the cities. Track mule and terrorist activity. It's like you brought me the whole wide world in that package. Thank you, Sam. Let's do business again. Oh yeah. I've got a little something I'd like you to put through its paces. An assist unit I developed myself. Works perfectly in sim trials, but I need someone to test it out on solid ground. And if it makes your job a little easier, all the better.
It's exactly that thing I hoped I was gonna get to use. Whoa.
Sam, active skeletons attach to your legs and augment your physical capabilities. The one you've got there is a load-bearing AS, designed to reinforce your joints.
That's cool.
Just wearing an AS will provide additional support, but you can also boost it to maximize its potential. Go ahead and take it for a spin. You won't be disappointed.
Okay. Equipping a power skeleton. Well, yeah, I know. Hang that over there. That up. Wait, is there a spot to attach? Oh, yeah, totally. There we go. Cool. Everything else is loaded up. I've got those weird leg augs, and we're all set to go. Neat.
Thank you kindly. Come around again soon.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
I am not worried about that right now. I've got other stuff to do.
way station. 2 to go.
Hey, he's waving. That's cool.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
All right, let's do this. Step 2. Gotta get up that mountain if I remember right. Oh boy. Give me those crystals. Yoink. Like I was saying, I know that traveling across Europe is primarily done, again, most likely with flights. I don't know, I've never been across the pond, but that railways and stuff like that are far more popular for travel and far more common because the infrastructure exists, where over here it's a little different. I don't know, the idea of travel, I think it's a lot of people probably experience that, where it's just the idea of it, it's why you watch, you know, stuff where exciting different things happen. You yearn for more and want interesting what the fuck is this? Is that a giant chiral crystal? What am I looking at here? Guess it's nothing. It looks like a giant chiral crystal, but I guess not? Alright, I'm gonna double check my map real fast. Excuse me. That's not the right button. Yeah, there we go. Just gotta go up the old mountain right there. Something tells me that's gonna be more difficult than I'm giving it credit for, but yeah, what are you gonna do? Alright. I talked a little bit in the last episode about family and stuff and how I've got people kind of spread out all over the place. The other thing I was thinking about is I've got basically one of my best friends of all time used to live in Illinois. Like, we obviously were friends. We went to the same school and stuff for a while. And then after we graduated and stuff, he ended up moving back out to where he initially lived, which was, yeah, I'll pick that up. Which was out in Washington State, like basically in like this. I haven't been there, but apparently it's like this tiny little town and like a speck on the map. I imagine it Cloudy and Chance of Meatballs, the movie style, where it's like you can't see it on a map without zooming all the way in under a letter. Apparently it's very, very cool there, and I don't just mean in terms of temperature. I don't know, I've always like basically lived in cities or suburbs and stuff, with the odd exception of 1 or 2 times traveling out to the country for visiting family, friends, or whatever. So I'm always interested in seeing stuff like that. Something tells me getting up this mountain's going to be a way bigger pain in the butt than I initially expected, but... Oh, I see you. Random ladder. Oh, that was a bit of a drop there. I didn't expect that. Oh boy. Is there just a random deposited ladder right there? Hell yeah, I'm gonna go for that extra ladder. Looking at this, I may as well. Oh hell yeah, I'm taking that. Is it a bit of extra weight? Wow, look at my carry weight. I didn't even realize. Those little leg augs are super helpful. No, go back down. I'm gonna make sure that I like this.
Hello! Thanks for the help.
Yeah. It's important to like stuff, even if it was done by an AI, which I'm pretty sure it was, but I don't care. Yeah, William Lake, that's super computer, man. You know what? I ain't even gonna complain about it. It's a well-placed ladder, and I got nothing bad to say about it. At least it feels well-placed. I guess we'll see where I'm at in a few minutes. Oh no! Oh boy. Easy does it. Yeah. Okay, take a second there, recharge the old stamina. Okay. I wonder. Ladder. Get on up. Best way to get to the top of a mountain. Climb it. with conveniently placed magical ladders. Not magical, just collapsible. So it's the Christmas season. We're almost, like, it's literally right on top of us. And this is going to go out literally, like, a week and a half before the, before Christmas. I'm going to check the map and just randomly make sure I'm in the right place. Okay, yeah. Watch, I'm going to go up there, and there's going to be a super easy path, like, right around the side of this mountain. But it's just about Christmas time. And, yeah, try it there. See what we get. And there's an interesting thing. I'm buying myself a bunch of gifts. Not a bunch, but, like, I'm buying myself some stuff. I got myself a new mouse, because the one that I use for everything is now, like, really buggy and broken, and it's doing that thing where 1 click equals 0 clicks, so I have to, like, slam down on the button and hurt my fingers. It's not a great feeling. Extra metal. So I got myself a new mouse coming in, but the big thing that I'm excited about is I'm slowly closing in on completing all of Negima from Ken Akamatsu, the guy who did Lavina. I'm at, as of today, I'm at 35 volumes out of, I think it's 38 total. And that is quite the endeavor. That's a shitload of manga. Deliver that stuff.
Delivering cargo.
I've been expecting you. You are my lifeline. I've only managed to get this far thanks to porters, and you don't ask for anything in return. You have my gratitude. Let's see how's the package.
It's just like on fire.
Wow, this is great. Excellent job, thank you.
When it comes to giving someone something that's, like, desperate and life-saving, I think it's kind of important to be like, hey, you know what? I'll get you anything you need, dude.
You're here on behalf of Fragile Express. Please tell me you put the terrorists behind you. When Fragile, the daughter of the founder, started associating with other couriers, things started getting scary around here. Rumors say that she caused the explosion at Middle Knot City, and there's a part of me that believes it. Of course, she could be just another one of their victims.
I don't know what to believe so far.
The chiral network?
That's the plan.
I don't mind a contract with Bridges, but I'm not going to join the UCA. Go ahead if you're fine with that.
What do you want me to say? I'm gonna stand here and beat you up?
Maybe you already heard it from Fragile. But preppers who don't want to be a part of the UCA can still sign a contract with Bridges to join the network.
Oh, that's fine then.
They get to use our delivery services and other basic chiral network infrastructure, much like our full members. Similarly, you'll be able to use their chiral printing facilities to replenish your supplies. They are not, however, obligated to exchange data with us. So don't expect them to share intel or help with the development of new tech. In an ideal world, everyone would be a part of the UCA, of course. But failing that, we want everyone to at least be a part of the network. They can always change their minds after the fact. The Cupid will interface differently with the terminal depending on the type of contract. So connect your Cupid to confirm.
I'm having, like, flashbacks to the movie The Blob, when the way they talk about the chiral network suddenly. Know what I mean? Probably not. That's a very weird sentiment, but I'm going somewhere with this, kind of. Connected to the chiral network.
The company just got too big. Times like these,
We should all keep it close and tight. That goes for couriers, too. Otherwise, we'll just make the same mistakes. Republics, federations, coalitions, states. Connecting all kinds of people together. It's just asking for trouble.
I don't know about that.
Sorry. It's been a while since I last talked to anyone. Travel safe. See you around, then.
I think literally you just contradicted yourself with behavior and ideology, sir.
Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Good job, Sam. That's 2 prepper way stations integrated into the Cairo network. Just 1 more left.
I don't like that mountain. Like, he's like, I don't like connecting to people, and I think that it's really bad. But he seemed very active and interested in the idea of talking to someone during the engagement, which is really strange to me. Humans are naturally social creatures, so I'm a bit, like, it feels like there's contradiction in his, in his statements there. Not so much, literally what he said, but his behavior seemed contradictory, where he was excited to talk, but also, telling me things that, he's like, I don't want to be a part of this or whatever. I'll still connect to you and talk to you and use your services, but I don't want to be involved. And it's like, huh? I don't know. Maybe. Oh, God. Alright, and there's the last one, so I just pretty much gotta follow the river, and then, yeah, okay. There's something to be said about this, that I would call very smart game design here that's going on, where they put the guy who gives you the biggest possible benefit. Whoa. As the closest contract for this long trek. So that you'll be encouraged to go to him first, and in doing so, get the leg augments that make all the traversal way, way easier. It's just it's one of those things that, I'm not a game developer, but it strikes me when I think about something like that. Give you some likes. What is that? Minish Blade. There you go, bro. Some mules over there. Gotta watch out. That's something that goes into game design that I feel it's we're kind of coming back around on it, but there was this extended period of time, I would call it almost the whole of 2010, 2011 or 12, all the way through 2017 or so. Everything was oh yeah, we can procedurally generate the entire environment, and quests are randomly created based on, but it's it's not the same level of development. How did I almost totally not grab these crystals? Yoink.
Nice.
There was, I think probably the inception of it, initially for this boom that we had recently was Minecraft, obviously, and Terraria and stuff like that. But then you started getting stuff that where procedural generation in games and stuff was kind of used as a shortcut for level design, and everything ended up feeling kind of hollow, in my opinion, anyway. I'm almost there. It's one thing when you're playing Minecraft and it's okay, yeah, nothing's ever going to be the same, and there's a little bit of enjoyment and stuff to that, but there were a couple games, I couldn't think of them offhand because I didn't spend much time with them, where randomly generated maps kind of leave this sort of awkward space where it just doesn't feel like there's any if the developers didn't take the time to make the levels, and I'm not a developer, I've never made a video game or anything like that, I could be massively incorrect, but if the developers don't take the time to structure a level and put thought into the placement of things, items and and the layouts and designs that go into it, it feels, I don't know, shallower, I guess. It's different when you go into a game I'll use a great example everybody can probably be familiar with, Skyrim, where there's some level of randomization in what loot's going to drop in certain areas and stuff like that, which is, always fine. But then you get to something like... Oh, God, I'm trying to think of, like, a good example. Deep water detected. Oh, boy. I feel like I shouldn't bother wasting a ladder on this, but I'm still going to do it. I don't know, something about when games have, like, total randomization of their environments and items and stuff, like, I get the idea of, like, every experience is completely unique, and that is a benefit, but I enjoy having some level of structure to what the environment looks like. Again, the example goes back to Skyrim. You go to Whiterun, you know where your house is, you know where the Jarl's going to be, all that stuff, and granted, those are story-specific areas that could be locked into a map with procedurally generated chunks on it. Check the map again. Oh, I'm not going the right way. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I can literally see the guy's house from here. Bunker, whatever. But then you have, like, the open chunks in the middle where there's nothing really special that's been, you know, put down. And, oh, damn it. I should not have put that ladder down. Oh, well. Whoa. Do I have any ladders left? I don't think I do. Nope. Ah, well. And you could add some randomization stuff to segments, like, in the middle and just have, like, structured points between, like, the, I suppose, like, the railroady segments and the sandbox segments, and have some level of randomization in that. And that's probably a nice middle ground, but it makes me think of, like, New Vegas and, you know, how, and or more recently, Outer Worlds, and the way that that's got very deliberately structured areas and stuff like that. From what I understand, I haven't played it, but it looks like it's got a very deliberate, like, placement of items and things like that. There are clever references and stuff you can find. There are deliberate scripted points that you can go to. And in open world sandbox games where everything's generated as the world is explored, it's just not the same experience, and it feels, I don't know, just not wrong to me. Just, like, I don't value it as much. It's my own opinion, so, but I don't know. It's just stuff I think about when I think about, like, how games have changed and things like that. Activate the terminal. I suppose it's what makes things like Zelda randomizers popular and things like that.
Delivering cargo.
I sure hope I'm not going to have to use this stuff.
Are you? Oh, I get it. Bridget is using their IDs to complete the delivery. Well, good work, son. I'll take that off your hands. Package looks brand new. Wow. Been a while since I've seen cargo in such good shape.
I definitely didn't have to fight a bunch of guys on the way here.
No, it couldn't have been easy.
Actually, kind of was. I didn't have to fight a whale this time. Yeah, ask about that, I dare ya. Elite handler. The reputation you have built is modest, but growing. Cargo condition grade 10. You'll now be able to keep balance more easily. Sweet. I am into that.
What's your angle anyway?
What do you mean?
Everyone knows Fragile was behind the attack that wiped out Middlemont City.
We have 3 different opinions.
Damn fool to trust that terrorist to deliver shit now. But here you are, filling in. Keeping her business alive for her, am I right? I swear. Can't trust anyone these days. And don't try sweet-talking me onto your little network. You know why there's been so many terrorist attacks recently? Because you all pissed them off with your talk of reuniting the country. Join the ECA. I may as well paint a bullseye on my shelter. Just keep my deliveries coming. We'll get along just fine. Don't need any trouble. Though I will say, I appreciate these hematic grenades of yours.
Word about these spread really quickly.
Gotta admit, not the sort of equipment the UCA ought to keep to itself.
That's why we gave it to
There's
you.
a lot of freelance porters operating in these parts, after all. If I could churn these out by the boatload and gear up those folks. Now you're good people. I can see that. And you brought my order like I asked. But it'll take more than that for me to agree to what you're asking. Chiral Network is a big step. But if you could prove to me Bridges is an organization I can trust. Well, how about this? Do another run for me. I'll put the details on the terminal there.
All right. I can do that.
Good work. New order available. Please.
So I'm having a thought while I'm doing this. Get a toolbox. Does it literally just make a circle, go there and grab it and come back? Retrieve the craftsman's toolbox from the ruins at the mall, and then make sure you... Yeah, so literally go grab it and then come back again. Oh, it's a BT heavy area. Great! There's a really... Oh, hang on.
The toolkit you're looking for ought to be in my old shelter. It's been tagged, so shouldn't have any trouble finding the place.
Okay.
I'll unlock it remotely once you get there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and take some of those hematic grenades you brought with you.
Gladly.
Nothing you'll want more when those BTs put your back against the wall, right?
Yeah, it'll be great.
But it won't come to that.
Why would I need extra boots? Everyone's telling me I need extra boots, and I've so far absolutely not needed them. Okay, I think that'll do it. There was an interesting thing that I was thinking about while I was, while I've been dropping these off. I kept meaning to get back to it and kept forgetting to actually say anything about it. And place marker. There we go. Where are we headed? Aha! There we go. But we have multiple different levels of, Solidus 1486 used my ladder. Yeah. It makes me think about the different ideologies and sort of clashing levels of like trust and variation that have gone into the oh hell, we're getting timefall. Prepare for timefall. Where's my brain? I'm freaking out. I'm being massively worried by this timefall now. It's freaking me out. Okay, yeah, it's just straight on. Trying to collect my thoughts. The levels of connection and stuff that we're giving to these people, we're getting two separate sides of it, maybe give or take, and it's for each of the three guys that we talked to. The first guy was, oh yeah, man, it's really, really cool. I can't wait to join up with the UCA, and I'll join up with the network. It'll be great. He says, I don't know how I feel about that whole fragile business, but something tells me there's more than what meets the eye going on there. And then the second guy we talked to, I'll join your network, but the UCA, I don't know about that. It seems a little fishy to me. I don't trust fragile. It seems like, you know, something's going on. Like, those attacks, like, I don't know, she was probably involved with the old guy. And then this last dude, he's like, I don't trust fragile. Oh no. What the hell? Why did I get like dramatic like screen shake just now? But he basically says, I don't trust fragile. I don't like her. I'm not joining your network or the UCA. You got to do something for me before I'm going to get even remotely involved. And it's really interesting how these three like perspectives on it are played that way. It wasn't dramatically drawn attention to or anything like that, but it was certainly an interesting like thing to pick up on. It's not the most elaborate thing ever, but I noticed it and it made me think about like, why do people trust or not trust her? And the answer in this case is because she may or may not have been involved in the destruction of literally an entire city and was organized with terrorists, which is, a bad thing. The other thing it was making me think about was it makes it feel like people who are connected to the internet and how being connected to the internet all the time it's something that has become more relevant as we've gone forward with technology and stuff, and electronics and constant access are constantly available more and more, where it's like you can be connected to people all the time and not actually like have meaningful connections to those people. Like I'm going to use the low-hanging fruit of Facebook friends, for example. Like everybody's got at least a couple people who they added as a friend because they met them at a party one time or whatever. And they've spoken, oh, hey, the patch came out where you can see through your scanner through your gear. Cool. But you met this person at a party like one time. You guys hit it off. You had a beer together or whatever. I don't drink, but... And then from there is like, oh, cool, I'll add you or whatever. And then you guys have never spoken, but you're in that place of like, I'm not going to remove this person because I don't want them to be like offended, but I don't know if we're actually friends or anything like that. It's that kind of situation. I know I'm not exactly the best, like, prime candidate for stuff like that because I'm not a super social person. I tend to keep to myself and whatnot, but, as you do. I feel like there's some level of relation that you could or connective tissue you could make between the way that people interact in this and the way that the internet in our real life kind of correlates to that, and the way that people are able to digitally connect to one another but have no actual connection to one another in terms of like interpersonal, like emotional connection or anything like that. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, which is totally possible. I would absolutely not be surprised to find out that Hideo Kojima's like, dude, what are you talking about? But he also did say that he made this game with some level of intention of being like, I'm someone who, has problems with loneliness and not feeling connected to people and stuff. So I think it's a fair assumption to say that I'm picking up on that a little bit in this overarching message, but how much I couldn't say. If it's my own conjecture and experiences leaking in. I suppose you could, if you wanted to extrapolate on it a little more, you could also be like, you're literally just walking around in the streets, avoiding the ghosts of other people. Why am I trying this dangerous alternate route? I know. Tension. Shh. It's all fine. Everything's okay. Oh. Come on. Is there a safer point to drop from? Gonna have to do it like that. Okay. I'm gonna call that a win. Wow. That could have been real bad. Yeah, we're all clear. But yeah, when it comes to connecting with people and stuff like that, like just on like a passing social level and stuff, like I'm someone who really appreciates good, strong, honest connections with people. I try to be emotionally open with other people because I think that it's a healthy way to approach people. Maybe not, don't walk up to someone and be like, when I was young, this thing happened to me. And like, that's not what I mean, in the sense of like when you trust someone and you two of you have a solid relationship, friend, romantic interest, you know, family member, whatever, it's important to have the emotional maturity and security to be able to talk to someone about your experiences and what's going on and what that other person means to you as, you know, whatever your relationship might be. Relationship. I think I may have said that wrong. And it's I think I mentioned before, I work an overnight job. Editing and recording and stuff takes up a fair amount of my time, so I don't get out too often. I'm a massive nerd. I spend a lot of time sitting around, you know, watching stuff and reading and just playing games or whatever. So a lot, and even more so now, other people are constantly on their phones or catching up on their own TV or whatever. So there's less and less stuff for people to, you know, talk about because there's this oversaturation of media and whatever. I don't know, maybe I'm being like cynical about it, but it just seems like it's more and more difficult for people to connect to one another in the very literal sense of like having real legitimate ability to talk to one another about your life and your experiences and forge deep interpersonal like relationships and stuff. Maybe I'm rambling. I do that. Anybody who's been on the channel before would know. Hey bud, I got that thing you wanted, whatever it was. Tools, that's what it was.
What? You kidding me? You actually went into that hellhole? You don't know what this means to me. Whole lot of memories in these old tools. The kind of stuff you can't replace with a chiral printer. Thought I was giving you an impossible mission. Oh, yes. Now we're talking. Where do you see the weapons I make with these?
You could have said that in a less creepy way.
Incredible. Thank you.
I'd say that one rather well. All things considered.
Now, to be fair, Fragile and her crew never did me wrong. Could say I owe them, even. If they're running with Higgs now, and that makes them as bad as him, don't it?
Oh, God.
It's as if all the motherfucking terrorists are coming together like one big, happy family. Might be time for us to do the same. Maybe there's hope for us after all. At least if there's more folks like you in the UCA. Safety in numbers, huh? And the new America to boot. Connect me to the chiral network.
I don't know how long this game is. Like, I'm just thinking about it. Like, this is episode 7, if I'm not mistaken. And it feels like we're like a quarter of the way in. I know some people have released like 36 episodes or whatever that are like an hour and a half long each. But chances are those are people who are not just doing the story missions. So I have no idea what to expect. Bola gun. Terrorists posing as fragile express couriers. Interesting. There's now the area is now connected to the chiral network. Radical.
Right. Now that you're looking out for me, it's only fair that I look out for you. So, as long as you keep me connected, I'll keep on supplying you with my best tools. And together we all might live a little longer. Oh, by the way, check out this beauty I made. It's called a Bola gun. Should keep anyone from giving you trouble for a minute. It's non-lethal, of course. I can't promise it won't leave marks, but that's on them. If you think you could use it, take it.
Ebola gun, huh? That could come in handy. As is, you can use it to restrain human targets without killing them.
Okay.
But swap out those wires with strands spun from your blood, and it might even work on BTs.
All right.
Go ahead. Give it a whirl.
I don't know if I want to use that right now, but I'll keep it in mind, I guess. Put it on the old tool rack so it's quick access. And everything else I've got... oh, no, wrong one. Everything else is loaded up, so...
Well, you've done your bit. Time for me to do mine.
Good work. New order available.
I
Please access delivery terminal for further information.
I suppose there's something else to be considered for the idea of, characters... Oh.
Excellent work, Sam. You've brought 3 way stations into the fold. The preppers are on the grid and the Cairo network is looking better than ever. We're planning to use a regional distro center as our next way station. But that'll have to wait. Got a priority task here. A mess in need of cleaning up. We need you to recover one of Lake Knot City's system servers. They sent it out for repairs and mules hit the transport on the way back. The server contains validation data for a new delivery system we're deploying. Once in place, it will use the Cairo network to automate deliveries. To us, it's invaluable. To the mules, it may as well be a toaster. A toaster they'll happily tear apart for the Cairo crystals and rare earth metals inside. If we don't act quickly, we could lose that data. So get your ass to the mule's drop site, snatch the server, and bring it back to Lake Knot City. I'm putting the order in myself. Check your cufflinks for details.
That's fine. You know, we will get to that in the next one. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Crumple Zone. I am Cody, and this is Death Stranding, Episode 7. We'll be back on... This is going to go out on Monday, so I will see everybody on Friday for the follow-up, where we have to do all that stuff that Die Hard Man told us that we were going to do. See ya, folks.